Is this the end of motels in North Wildwood? And the answer to that is yes, but no, but also yes. This all comes with a brand new ordinance that was just adopted here in North Wildwood that a lot of people had questions about. And it's whether or not you can build a new motel or hotel in North Wildwood. And because I've gotten so many questions, I was going to do an article and then figured it'd be easier just to kind of do a video. So before I break it all down for you, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make fun videos like this. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started. Be sure to grab your Wildwood's Christmas ornament before we sell out. We currently have 6 of them in stock. You can get them by clicking in the link in the description of this video. And the new one for this year, it is Santa riding the Great White. So if you want one, go ahead and grab them while they're still here. To answer this question, we need to first go back a few years ago. Remember, there was a time back in 05, 06 where motels like this were getting demolished almost every other week. We lost a lot of mid-century modern, doo-woppy, Googie style motels down here in the Wildwoods that we were known for. We actually were known for the doo-wop capital of the world because of our music, our culture, and our buildings. We lost most of them, though over time things did change. While before they were just demolishing buildings left and right, we instead adopted a brand new method, which is adaptive reuse. That is when you take an existing building like this, you kind of renovate the inside of it so that way it could be condos or something else, but the outside of it still stays doo-wop. And that worked for a while, at least here in North Wildwood, until it didn't. You see, everyone wants their slice of paradise, and over time here in the Wildwoods, which we're kind of like the Wild West when it comes to prices and housing, those prices jumped up insane, to prices to where it's very hard to find an affordable place. You know, you have beachfront condos, at least here at the Boardwalk, going for like $700,000. Small individual houses like this going for insane numbers, when then maybe someone comes in, they demolish it, and they build something new there, so the prices go up even higher. And things got a little out of control. So people started buying into condos or condotels, which is the conversion or the adaptive reuse. But then other problems came up, such as parking. So if you imagine if you had like a 30-unit motel, you turn that into condos, and we're now in a world where everyone takes more than one car to come down here, then add in the fact that everyone has golf carts that they're driving around, and units like this, there is not enough room for parking. And believe me, for someone who lives closer to Delaware Avenue, during the summer, it is a nightmare to find parking whatsoever. And the city did try to help it out a little bit. Hey, you could park in front of your driveway, you could do this, you could do that. They even tried changing how much it would cost to get, say, a permit to park your car here, thinking that maybe some people would decide not to do it, and well, that also didn't help, and it still left a major problem. And here's just a little bit of tidbit of information about these conversions. To do a conversion like this, take for example, we have behind us the Ivanhoe, which we'll get back to at the end of this video. Say you take this and you want to convert it to a condotel. It's not the city who actually decides that, or the planning board. It's more or less the state who has to come in and make those decisions. And that's actually what just finished over at the Tramcar Motel, which is now called Surf Avenue Apartments. That's what you have to do in these other buildings as well. And so the city has no control over this, and so now they're trying to find a way to have control with this brand new ordinance. Now, I will say the new ordinance is a little wordy, and so I figured let's kind of jump into the studio and explain it for you. The ordinance is very wordy, so bear with me as we kind of muddle through this. The official ordinance states that the city wants to eliminate hotels and motels as permanent and/or conditional uses in Chapter 276 of the Land Development in the City of North Wildwood. The ordinance then goes on to state that the City of North Wildwood has analyzed recent development trends, specifically the lack of development of new hotels and motels within the city, the conversion of hotels and motels to the condominium forms of ownership, the enforcement issues which arise in connection with ensuring that hotels and motels are converted to the condominium form of ownership, continue to operate as hotel and motels and has determined that it is both necessary and appropriate to eliminate hotels and motels as permanent and or conditional uses in all zones throughout the city, except in the back marina, which we'll get back to in a moment. That was easy to understand, right? I didn't think so. But I want you to think of it like this. The city doesn't want people to say they're going to find land around here and say they're going to build a motel. And then when it comes time to finally open said motel, they go to the state and say, oh, hey, we changed our mind. It's going to be condos now. Because now you're kind of screwing over the city and you're making things worse for not only visitors, but also locals down here. I did speak to the mayor about this, and this is what he had to say in a statement. The elimination of hotels and motels as a permanent use under our land use regulations is due to the ongoing conversion of hotels and motels to individually owned units. And while these structures are still required to operate as hotels and motels, it was never the intent of the land use regulations that hotels and motels would not be owned by a single business entity operating all the units. We have found that when hotels and motels are split up into individually owned units, their effectiveness as a transient use of facility rapidly declines. Moving forward, if a developer wants to construct a new hotel or motel, they will need to prove to the planning board that the end use of that facility will be a single business entity. Which technically means that, yeah, there could be potentially one day a hotel or motel, but it's got to be approved and everything's going to be done a certain way to make sure it's going to be staying a hotel or motel. What am I getting to? Well, at the cost to build a motel these days or operate a motel these days, many people look at that and say, I'm not going to get the return, so I'm not going to build a motel. Instead, I will build something else. And besides the one that could be coming to the marina someday in the future, heck, that could be 10 years from now, we could potentially never see another new motel or hotel here in North Wildwood. That now brings me why we're in front of the Ivanhoe. Because just recently an application was sent to the city's planning and zoning board to demolish this hotel. It's really sad because this is a great one. At one point, this one was owned by the same family that owned the one next door. And it's just, if you can't make this into a condotel, there's something else you could do with it. And so at least what's going to happen or could happen, because anything that gets approved doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% going to happen, but it could happen. But what we could be looking at here is 5 individual lots for individual family homes. And so you need to imagine that from this far end of the motel, all the way far down to the other end, could be demolished, we don't know when, and 5 individual houses will be here. And I know a lot of people are going to be angry by this news, but unfortunately, we live in America, and if you want to make money doing whatever you want, you can, as long as you get the approval. And well, this application is getting approved. And so I'm bringing you what could be one of the last times we're going to see the Ivanhoe motel together. Hopefully that neon sign will be saved. If the owners are watching this, please donate it. We would greatly appreciate it. There's a lot of great features of this hotel, which make it, of course, Googie. You've got the world famous glass. I love that. It's so original, so neat. Just gonna pan over nice and slow for you. I figured that something was up with this motel when they didn't cover their pool or drain it. Usually that's an indication that something is going to be happening to a building or something, a motel or hotel. There are a lot of cool little features of this place that I do hope are going to be saved. One, of course, being the neon sign. The other one being this one over here, which has been here forever. Only thing is, I think this is physically attached. Oh no, it looks like there's maybe 2 screws holding it in. This would be really awesome to save. I believe this is metal too. Yeah, this should come off. His javelin is gone. but this would be something really neat to maybe throw up in the museum. Well, there's a lot of units over here. I think if I counted properly, there was 35. I could be wrong. You see, they still have the original chairs we all kind of came on vacation on. But I'll give you one more nice little pan. That's where we end. One motel definitely coming down. Looks like another one is going condo over here, which we've done a video about. And another one just, their units just went up for sale. Told them about the tram car, AKA Surf Avenue, which you could actually see right here, are currently for sale. And I'm sad to say, talking to a few motel owners, we could be seeing a few other ones sort of do this. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. One final note though, we are still expected to get the spires in the marina. That would be a massive, massive project with parking and with other things. So I could imagine that those, once they finally come online to be rented out, it will definitely help out the average everyday person who wants to come down here, because I hear you. It's getting expensive. It is getting expensive everywhere. That's why, like down here, if you came down on a Monday or a Tuesday, it was completely dead versus what it was a year ago. You know, even Wednesdays were very slow. Thursdays through Sundays were pretty busy. But, you know, with the economy the way that it is, the way that everything just costs, I mean, materials cost so much, labor costs so much. Minimum wage in New Jersey, I think, is at $15 now. Supermarket price, everything is just so expensive. And so I understand. We all want affordable vacation places, and I could still say the Wildwoods are still affordable. If you come down here, there's free parking. You can go to the beach for free. You could stroll the boardwalk for free. You can walk around the rides if you want. If you want to go on the rides, I always suggest to do all the holiday sales, because it's definitely a lot cheaper at Christmas time. I want you to remember that. Starting Black Friday through like the first week of January, it's the cheapest to get season passes and tickets. Not a sponsored video by Maurice Pierce, but still, I understand, and I wish I could say things are going to get cheaper, but with the way that housing market is and the cost to maintain a motel, it's going to be a little rough for a little bit. But I want you guys to know you can still always come down here and have a fantastic time. Anyway, once again, if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, I'm Joey. I'll see you on the beach, and as you could tell, I'm in shorts. This is November, and it was 82 out. I actually had lunch on the beach. It was awesome. I'll see you later. Bye.